Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, June 14th, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I stay attuned to the messages of the moment. And I want to do a brief overview of this week ahead, but I want to actually start by saying I will be finally bringing forth this mental health class about feelings and emotions. Now, while it is astrologically informed, it is not a class where the focus is about learning the astrology. The class really is, or it's a group more so than a class, a group with classes, is about more so coming to understand the different ways we process and move through emotions. And this is based on astrology. So the class or group itself will be 5 classes. It will be $88. And then to get an additional session outside the class to go deeper into your individual chart, that will be $44. I will be getting a page up where you can sign up, and I will be officially opening the room on June 21st, solstice, and the first real day of Sun in Cancer energy. And I know some people are like, whoa, this is happening during Mercury retrograde. Yes, we are getting this moving during Mercury retrograde. It is true, but the first class won't be till after we move past the retrograde. And, you know, life goes on, and this is the timing to do it with Sun in Cancer energy. So stay tuned for that. I hope you join. I'm so excited for that. So let's dig into this week ahead. Today is actually one of the biggest astro days, Monday, because we have Saturn square Uranus, and so many other planets are really feeding into this. This is definitely like, in my head, what I see is a table with like all the characters, the Justice League together. Round table, King Arthur's round table, the planetary energies coming together to help bring about change. So we'll dig deeper into that. We also have Mars inconjunct Jupiter. And inconjunct is when we can't see eye to eye. So we'll come back to these two things. Besides that, this week, I would say one of the biggest things is we have the Sun in conjunct. So again, not seeing eye to eye, Pluto. So Sun in Gemini can sometimes stay so busy. And in the moment, and just wants like the connection and the good things and the fun things, but it doesn't necessarily visit the dark side. And so Pluto's like, hey, there are some things that you haven't addressed that we need to address. And so that's going to be on Wednesday, late evening. So be aware on Wednesday there may be some shadow energies, or even as we approach Wednesday, some shadow energies coming up that do need to be addressed. This is not to be pushed under the rug. If they're coming up, they're meant to be addressed. The other thing that we're building into, besides the final week of Sun in Gemini, is Jupiter retrograde. So we have Jupiter in Pisces, just 2 degrees Pisces. So Jupiter is hanging out in Pisces and will be starting its retrograde process where it will go back into Aquarius, and that will be on Sunday. So we'll dig deeper into that. But I would say this week with Jupiter moving forward for one more week in the sign of Pisces, daydream. Daydream, get mystical, enjoy those energies. So let's dig into this. Actually, let's start with Mars in conjunct Jupiter, since I was just talking about Jupiter. Now, the interesting image that I got with this, with Mars in Leo, bringing up our inner child and maybe bringing out a little ferociousness in our inner child, it seems like our inner child and our higher self or our spirit guides with Jupiter and Pisces are not seeing eye to eye. And so this is where we, as humans, have to find to work the common ground between them. A lot of times with inconjunct, we have 2 different modalities of doing something. And Mars in Leo wants to blaze a fire through things. And Jupiter in Pisces knows that there's value to going down the meandering river, right? And so there are times when we need to utilize both. And I think it's up to us to know when do we need to blaze that path and when do we need to let it flow? When do we need to go down the meandering river, right? Inner child energy, wants to be creative, does not necessarily think of a big picture, and can be rather impulsive. Jupiter in Pisces definitely sees things from a higher perspective. Again, there's value to both of them. So watch for where you're kind of feeling like that push-pull energy. Be informed from your inner child. Be informed by your heart. Be informed by your creative essence. And also be informed by your higher self. Be informed by your daydream. And let those two find a way to create beautiful art together with this inconjunct energy. What I would say for practical advice is watch for impulsiveness, and also watch for where you're letting something flow and you actually do need to take action. Again, there's a balance in here, and there's going to be some people who like move more to the side of like, needing to flow, and there's going to be those who are going to move more towards the side of needing that immediate action. So awareness of that. Now, this other thing that we have, this is the second squaring of Uranus and Saturn of 3 that we are having this year. Now, this is happening at 13 degrees. That is that evolution revolution degree. If you remember at the beginning of the year, I spoke about how this year is like slow and steady wins the race. And Taurus brings the slow, and Aquarius brings the vision. So we have Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. So we're reviewing some lessons there. We have Uranus still moving direct in the sign of Taurus, but like I said, we have many other planetary energies feeding in. So we have Ceres conjunct Uranus. Ceres representing mothering energy. We have Lilith trining Saturn, Lilith, reminding us to go our own way, listen to the impulse of the soul. We have Venus in Cancer, which, I think is kind of supporting that Ceres role of like, hey, more nurturing is needed. We'll actually have the moon feeding in at some point. So the moon bringing a higher level of creativity, also bringing inner child energy, as it is in the sign of Leo, and also Chiron, bringing healing to this. I mentioned, it's like Justice League or King Arthur and the Round Table coming together. Now, Uranus and Saturn, even though they're squaring, their common goal right now is our evolution on this planet. With Uranus and Taurus, this can affect our worth, and it can also affect financial systems. Saturn in Aquarius is ready to build something new. Although, right now being in a retrograde, we're not really pushing that agenda too much. So today, with all of this energy, this is so much altogether, it's really important to take stock when those triggers come up. If stuff comes up around money, around your worth, around your gifts, around your purpose, around what you're here to do, around your place in the world, around community and friendship, all of these energies are being triggered. And then again, fed into on so many levels by these other energies. I can't ignore the fact that we have that Uranus-Ceres conjunction. And again, that Venus energy feeding in. I can't, what is the right wording? Emphasize how important the energy of compassion is in the world. And this is for everything, and this is for everyone. I also can't emphasize the feeling of remembering that everybody is on their own timeline in regards to their personal evolution process. And it's hard because we can get frustrated because there are people who, because of where they're at on their own, timeline, that are hurting others. And yet, we can't push the wheel, but we can keep putting out good information, good energy that helps. It's like all of that's like water moving the wheel. So our job is not to push the wheel, but our job is to feed the goodness into the wheel of life. And that's what I'm really feeling with this. So again, notice where the fears come up in this energy. Uranus and Saturn squaring can definitely trigger deeper fears coming up in us. Notice those, but also where can you nurture yourself through this energy? That is very important through this. I do believe we are in the process of creating a new system. but it's not going to be done overnight. And I do think that part of this process is going to involve some Pluto return energies that will be coming in. So I'm going to leave that there for now, but just attend to those triggers. And again, watch where you're trying to push the wheel and go back into the wisdom between the Mars and the Jupiter energies. Where do you need to daydream? Where do you need to be in the flow? And where do you need to show up and take action? And really utilize your discernment for that. Besides this, the moon is also feeding in. Some of these triggers may also be inner child based. I've been having the feeling like, gosh, it was so easy when I was a child. But I realized like I so wasn't tuned into the struggles that were happening as a child. This is how the world works. And there's not been an ideal time. But what we're working ourselves into, hopefully, is that golden age where we can get there at some point, right? So try not to idealize those other times. There was so much craziness going on in those times as well. Rather take what was beautiful from those times and bring it in now. Let's see. So yeah, moon feeding in, lots of inner child energy. We end the day with the moon connecting to Mercury. Moon in Leo, Mercury in Gemini. That feels like a beautiful connection. A good time for some fun conversation, especially like if you've had any stress coming up through the day, shake it off, shake it out, and enjoy the company of somebody who you can communicate with. At the top of my cards, I have the possibilities card, and right behind that is receptivity. So being receptive to the possibilities of things, possibilities of this creation, getting beyond the illusion that your way is the best way or your way or the highway. We're in this working together. So just have that awareness. Try to be playful. Try to be heart-centered in and through this energy. The fighting card in reverse. If you find yourself fighting, if you find yourself getting wrapped up in your mind or thinking that you know the one best way, stay open to possibilities, be receptive to the possibilities, get beyond your own illusion, and stay in your heart. Stay playful with these energies. So I'm leaving that there for today. Be on the lookout for me dropping my class. I'm so excited about this. I hope you join. You can email me if you have any questions about it. And I will try to do like a little video like fact thing about it. But I will be opening and starting the group this week, so get ready. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.